Coach, from the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017. We are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Houston Texans. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go. Go, side. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field. Defense.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Muhammad. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
A gain there of 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. To throw is Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Here goes, side. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Bring it. Bring it.
On first down, Muhammad. Now the ball comes loose, and the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Here's Darnold. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Darnold now to throw. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Go, son. 58, 58, Mike. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Check three, check three, check three.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Gotta know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Set the tone, defense.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jamison Crowder. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go, baby.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check, check.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Darnold. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Darren Waller. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball, but he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for the... Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Jets have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Well, it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
They'll run it. This is Muhammad. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
His pass caught at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Darnold to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal. Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Curtis Samuel hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Now for the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Jets 28, Texans nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
Take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it. Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out in the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Watson now to throw. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Let's get it. Check. 53. Check. 53 is Mike. Looks off. Therapy after this. 53 is the Mike. 53. Check 53.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Avery Williamson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Keep playing hard.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained. maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
57.
Out of the gun, Watson. He can run for it, and he will. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
24. Mike, 53. 53.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Set. 19. And 55. I'm coming for you, son. And go.
Running on first down, Eckler. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. He finds Randall Cobb with the completion. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 27.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Joker, 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 Joker.
Here's Watson, operating from the gun. He gets it to Thomas. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Set. 19. 53. 53. Mike. And let's pin the mirror.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
4th down and less than a yard.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
53.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Check.
They'll run on first down. Muhammad, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and 11 at the 16-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Here's Darnold. That's going to be caught by Samuel. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
It's a gain of 11. And it's third down.
Watch the eye.
On third down, Muhammad. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Watson on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up fourth down. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Watch it, divide. Come to my work. We want it.
Now Smallwood running right. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings, the things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Muhammad. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Watson. He's got Fuller. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, 59! Check. 53. 53 is mine. Quit talking about it and bring it. 53 is the mic. 53. Check 53. Arm.
Now Watson throwing on 4th down.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Texans' 15-yard line.
Go, son. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Hey, son.
And they take a knee.
Donald on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, it's our house.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense.